Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 6 of the Questions Only podcast. I'm your host, Mason Beals.
And I'm your host, Sam Beals.
Welcome, everyone. For your first-time listeners of the show, the first-time watchers of the show, we are two brothers, and we are simply just answering... no, better tagline. I'll do that over again.
Okay, do it.
The universe is full of questions, and we're here to fill it full of...
No.
The universe is full of questions, and we're here to create more.
No, because we're not creating the questions.
Yeah, we're just trying to answer them to the best of our abilities.
Yeah, you've used that before.
Yeah, mostly we're just talking, we're just shooting the shit, and I hate when, I don't like saying when people, we're just shooting the shit, like that's people trying to say that their podcast is really unorganized, or whatever they're doing is really unorganized.
I mean, we are.
We are shooting the shit, but when I think shooting the shit, it means it's like, man, my feet hurt. Like, yeah. I don't know. That's what it means.
Hey, we got a new couch.
We got a couch.
Yeah.
For those audio listeners, we've got a couch. But for the visual listeners, seers, you can see the couch. Actually, you can't see the couch. You can't
see the couch.
But you can see that we're more relaxed.
You can't. And we're kind of, more uniform, kind of sitting closer together and stuff. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being closer to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
It would be worse if you were one of those people that smells bad.
Yeah. I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't showered today.
Yeah.
When's the last time you showered? Be honest.
Day before yesterday.
That's gross.
Yeah.
You should shower every day. I don't feel like I should have to tell you this anymore.
No, I for the most part do. There's just every once
What's your excuse?
I don't have an excuse. I just forget.
That's an excuse.
Okay. Then I forget.
I'm trying to third degree you over because I just want you to be one of those people that showers every day.
Yeah, but I'm the one editing this, so I'm going to take all of this out. So,
boom. Damn it, you got me. All right. Yeah, Sam, how was your week?
It was great. I got a job.
You got a job? Where did you get a job?
This place, little place called Joe's Crab Shack.
Joe's? Isn't that the just most... listeners, isn't that the best name for a first job ever?
Yeah.
My first job was at Joe's Crab Shack.
It is. It is great. It's, I'm a host / busser. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
I only worked, 1 4-hour shift because they let me... They told me to go home early.
And I am exhausted
I know.
Still.
It was a few days ago.
Is that how you act when you're tired?
Yeah. Just kidding. I fall asleep like that.
That's true. Which will go in line with what we're going to be talking about today.
True.
So yeah, started your job. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. It's all right. It was just a slow shift. I don't know if they know to call me back and keep training me. They have my number, but I haven't heard anything, I got hired one day, right? That was Tuesday. Wednesday, I had orientation. Thursday, I had my first shift. Now it's Sunday, and I haven't heard back.
Yeah.
So.
Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Wednesday, Thursday, happy days. Friday, Saturday, happy days. Sunday, not a great day.
I have to record this with you. So.
True. Every Sunday. Okay, so thank you for sharing about your week. Let me think. Did anything go on in my week? No, I just worked.
Okay.
Let me think. We saw Mission Impossible last night, which was good.
Yep.
And
it was the name of
Tom
your
Cruise
favorite,
still looking good.
It was the name of your favorite video game, Fallout.
Ah, yes. Again, this is not that interesting. So how about we move on?
Yeah, totally great.
Do we want to move on to the first question?
Yes,
Let's pull it up. I have images of free stuff on Craigslist first pulled up. All right. So this question could get a little hairy here because I'm sure that it has to do with relatives possibly.
Yeah.
The question is, let me get to it, Sam.
Okay.
What is the worst gift you have received?
What's the worst gift that you have received?
Oh, you're going to make me go first?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember distinctly one of our grandparents. I love all of you. I do. But we've all had to learn to cope to every single person's particular styles. But, one grandparent had gotten me a book about birds, and I was like, I'm just never going to read this.
No.
I'm never going to Like, they give it to you for like the next 5 minutes. You're like, oh wow, this looks really interesting. Like you're looking through it, and then you just kind of like slide it under the couch.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
like, where's the cash hidden? Which page?
Right. Like you're shaking it like,
yeah,
and no money falls out.
Yeah, so
that's probably one of them. I would always get iTunes gift cards from another grandparent, and I was just like,
it's not horrible.
It's not horrible, but I never said that I use iTunes. I didn't have an iPhone for the longest time. I had no reason to get anything on iTunes. So
I know
probably like a book about birds or a book about seeds. I think I also got one time. I was like,
mine.
I love you, but
and if you know my family, then you know which grandparent I'm talking about.
But they don't?
No. I'm saying...
You're saying this from me?
No. I'm saying certain people that would watch this.
Oh, yeah. If we know, yeah.
The worst gift that I've ever gotten is probably dinar.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's so incredibly specific, but to be honest, you're being 100% honest.
Yeah, it's Iraqian money.
We don't need to get too specific into it.
And it will never revalue.
Oh boy, wow, you're just really throwing the whip around on this one, just laying out all those hot irons for people to step on.
Okay, to be fair, I told this certain grandparent when I was younger. I went up to him. Well, I didn't personally. I said this to Dad, and then Dad told, him. Mm-hmm. But then I said, cats and dinar, worthless.
Yeah, just savage for a kid, because that's kind of all my grandparents had. I mean, whatever. Let's move away from this topic.
This might only go in the
that's probably one
version.
I mean, this is... that is also something so what I'm trying to say is that same grandparent had also gotten us one year for Christmas. And I understand that if you're a grandparent, that fucking sucks, because you have way more grandchildren usually than children to buy presents for. And so you have to sort of think like, how can I do this like the cheap without spending like $400, $500? You know what I mean? Like it can rack up quick. I get it. So I don't blame anybody, and I appreciate the thought and the value, but they got us. Our family was like heavily conservative at the time, and he bought us Obama quarters, like quarters that were going to become like collector's editions, but all his kids were just like,
oh my god,
we're just going to scrape the like sticker things that are on these quarters, and like now we have like $5 and change. You know what I mean? Ever since I started going on Facebook again, because I had to start for, making the questions only, Facebook page and stuff like that. So I've kind of gotten like sucked into just scrolling down, just seeing, stuff that I wouldn't usually see on like Instagram or anything like that. Right. I know, we're both drinking carbonated drinks and both burping, which is no good.
I didn't realize, like, the type of stuff that my grandparents post.
Oh, yeah. Did you see what the one grandparent posted about Trump and Putin?
Yeah, I did.
I was like, yeah, that was... Listen, I don't feel like they normally post that type of stuff, and so it really took me back for a second. If you want to know what it was basically a picture. And again, we're not judging. We're not saying anything via our political views. We don't really have any.
No.
But basically, it was just saying it was just a picture of like Putin in like dominatrix, like leather head to toe leather gear, and like Trump was on like a leash or whatever, and it said like Trump is my bitch or something.
I think it just said this is my bitch, but either way.
Yeah, something.
And I'm like,
I'm trying not to like brush your back with my hand, but I want to put my hand out onto the couch.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, that one took me by surprise.
Oh my gosh. When I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's just like such a setback thought. I was like, man, I thought our generation was edgy. But
yeah, no, there's no filter. There's no filter with them. Because
I mean, they have some filter. They're not gonna post like a picture, like someone photoshopping a picture of Trump sucking Putin's dick like onto Facebook.
Yeah,
that would be the no filter line. You're just like,
but also that would get
banned,
and
flagged.
Yeah,
sure. That's probably one of the worst things you can. Not the worst. I don't know. I feel like you can post a lot on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, there's just.
I know you can post a lot on Instagram. I saw the worst video I've ever seen on Instagram.
Of?
You don't want to know. It involves a dog.
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't. It's easily the most horrendous thing, and I am not gonna share it. It was the worst thing ever.
There was this page, like I was just scrolling down, and I follow a lot of different like golden retriever pages and stuff like that.
Yes, of course.
And I saw this one page saying like, everybody report this person. They're psychotic. They post videos of dogs dying, of like stuff like that. And I'm like, I can't even count how many times I reported that person.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. They started creating so many different pages and stuff, and it was.
Do their
so
videos
bad.
have likes? That's what disturbs me.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
It was just like because they kept getting banned.
What does that person look like? Like I can't imagine. Do they just look like you and me? What are they? Like is he just like a sick fuck with like a pencil mustache and thick rimmed glasses, and just like I will have as many of these pages as I possibly can.
I don't.
He's like, I'm just trying to get my collection out there. Yeah. Like, why?
It's the worst.
It's absolutely the worst.
Like cats, it's fine.
No, here's the thing.
I'm kidding.
Here's the thing. I read this book once that was about these Hitler Youths. It was called I think Blood and Honor or something, and it was about this German teenager who was like a Christian, and he was going into like the Nazi youth program during World War II. And actually it was an interesting book because it's not sympathizing, but it's like, it shows the side that like not all Nazis didn't really want to be Nazis. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like some of them had, moral beliefs, whatever. But it was after the war had ended, they found this cat that looked like Hitler. Like it had like a little mustache. And so what they did was they put this cat in this bag. This is maybe a trigger warning for some people. This might upset you. But they drowned this cat. And I was reading it. I was like, this is absolutely disturbing. I don't even like cats, but I was like, that sounds so horrific for any animal to suffer that. To any living thing to like. But then, I'm not going to get into it because it was horrible. Again, it was a book about Nazis. So what do you expect? So that was pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to worst gift. So yeah, what is maybe flip side of that? One of the best gifts you've ever received?
My katana.
Oh, you really you think that's one of the best gifts you've received?
No, I mean
that's something you specifically wanted and got.
Okay, well I guess what I'm not thinking about is I was just thinking like Christmas gifts, birthday gifts.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of the time when you get gifts.
Yeah, but I mean, you recently bought me a computer.
True. That's probably a good one.
Yeah, because it's like...
Yeah.
I'd probably...
No, then maybe like...
Well, also, I'm going to pay you back for that, so it's...
Right. I mean, I could say that one of the best gifts I got was a car. I didn't get...
life. No, that's the worst gift I got.
Yeah, I mean, well, that doesn't count.
I know.
Parents can't hold that over you. That's just such bullshit.
I
did not ask. I did not ask to be brought in this world, so you cannot have. You didn't do me a favor. You just did it.
Yeah.
Without my permission. I think. Well, Austin once bought me a present. Yeah, and I'm sure you know what it is, but the screwdriver that had all the different sizes of screwdrivers. Of like Phillips and flatheads like surrounding it, and it was also a flashlight. And I had that thing for so long.
You did have that thing for a long time.
Like I just love to take things apart and kind of put some stuff back together.
Yeah,
I wasn't very good at the putting stuff back together part. And it was just the simplest little thing, and I held on to that thing forever. Eventually, it broke just because I used it so much.
Yeah.
But then I bought another one because I was like, it's just that good of a present.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably one for mine.
I'm going to stick with katana because my grandma gave it to me.
Yeah, that's also a great story.
Yeah, she didn't know what it was. It was just on we were doing Secret Santa. It was on my Christmas list. We made those because we didn't want stuff to get confused. It was our first year, doing Secret Santa. And she had me, and I just put it onto the Christmas list, right? And she just ordered it without even knowing what it was. Mm-hmm. And she's very, against violence.
Yeah. And she bought how old were you? 13?
Yeah, probably around there, you know? So then...
About 3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so then, we sent her a video of, it was either you or Austin, throwing an apple up into the air, and I sliced it.
Yeah,
and
that's right, because they weren't able to make it.
Yeah, because our grandpa had, the flu or something like that. One of them got really sick.
Yeah. So they just weren't able to fly down.
Yeah, and then
fly up, I guess.
Yeah, so then when we sent her that video,
Yeah.
it was just really funny because she didn't realize it was a sword.
Yeah, she just bought like a 12-year-old a sword. A 13
Yeah,
or a 12-year-old
and I still
a
have
sword.
it. It's
I
in
mean,
that corner right over
it's
there.
It's a good present.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It was very sharp when I first got it.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of rusted and stuff
Right.
because I didn't take a ton of care of it,
Right,
but
like
still
most
decent.
things. Yeah, I think that's a good present. All right, I think we answered that question to the best of our abilities. Okay, next question. Sam, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Why? And why do you think, mostly? That's
Okay.
why. Because you can never really... It's not like you know whether or not you're an introvert or an extrovert.
Yeah.
Do you think that you are an introvert or an extrovert?
I would. So, forever I thought that I was,
Forever?
Forever. Because I love hanging out with people and stuff like that.
It's so weird for me to think that you're an introvert.
Yeah, because I'm like,
You think you're an introvert?
I might be, because I'm like, most of the time I don't want to. This could just be, my teenager self.
Yeah.
It's like, because whenever the chance arise, to where
The chance arise.
I couldn't think of the word, but whenever it comes up,
The
I
opportunity
will.
arises.
Yes, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Whenever the chance comes up, I will, hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
But these past 7-8 months, I have not had friends because I've been living in Texas and don't really have any connections to the outside world. So
Someone's gonna start a GoFundMe to get you friends or to get you out of Texas, one or the other. Every time you bring it up, you're like, now that I've been living here, I don't have friends. Did you like the way I copied your mannerisms?
yeah, I always try to. Now I'm thinking about how you just did my impression, and this is a little scary.
Yeah. I've got you down. Can you impersonate me without doing the whole anxiety thing?
Well, the anxiety thing I've got down really well.
This is shaking your legs. See, that looks really weird to everybody, and also audio listeners would not get it. Okay, so back to the main point. So
I would say no, I'm an extrovert, but I just don't really have a chance to be an extrovert recently.
yeah, because the whole idea, I
sense.
think, the definition that I've heard is whether or not people fuel you or people take away your energy. Like, do you come away from a situation and feel pretty jazzed? Like,
For me,
or do you feel kind of drained? Like, at the end of you hung out with people all day long, just hanging out with them,
Yeah, for me, completely depends on the person.
Yeah, some people do take more energy.
Yeah, some people I'm like, there's actually, that's the thing. There's a select few people that when I hang out with them, I'm like, no, this is good. I get energy from this. But most people that I'm around, I can't deal with for more than a certain amount of time.
Right. I think that you and I both possibly have maybe high standards for people, or we're just really particular. Maybe
And
I might just be
also-
more particular.
Also, on the Enneagram scale, I'm a 9, so naturally 9s are more tired and stuff because when they're stressed
It's
out.
kind of hard to say for you. And then there's also, there's introverted extroverts, there's extroverted introverts. I would say that I'm an extroverted introvert. So when I'm around people, I'm usually pretty fun and bubbly. Like, I won't shy away into my corner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with people. When I'm with people, I'm with people. You know what I mean? But I will constantly cancel on plans just because I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to have alone time, me time. I'm looking forward to just having my own place and living on my own instead of with roommates.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I'm more fueled when I just am by myself. But at the same time, I get lonely. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's times where you just want to be with people. So I think, some people are clearly introverts because they just... some people are just introverts because they're also shy and they just don't know how to meet people. And I get that, but I'm just, I'm an extroverted introvert. Mm-hmm. Would you say that you're an extroverted introvert or you're just an extroverted extrovert?
I would say I'm I don't want to say I'm
You're almost in introverted extrovert.
Yeah, because I kind of am in the sense of there's a good amount of the time that I'd rather be, just chilling, just by myself, like
Just
not
chilling.
just like
Jeez, what's that? Isn't there a Vine? It's like,
I don't know.
okay, sorry, I'm gonna think of it, but
Okay. Anyways,
the audio listeners, I was making a funny face, like I was thinking. Okay, go on.
yeah, when I'm around, yeah,
You're just chilling.
when I'm just chilling, yeah, for the most part, it really just comes down to who it is,
Yeah.
and how much I actually want to be around them. If I'm, if I do really like being around them and stuff, then I'm like, yeah, I can hang out with this person for a really long time. If I'm just, getting annoyed and like don't prefer to be around that person, then
And some people are naturally tiring to be around. High
Yes.
energy people, if you're not a high energy person, and it comes down to like, your Enneagram type of person who you are, whether or not
Yeah.
you do get fueled by people. But some people are just like, so tiring. Like I get jazzed around certain people and in certain environments. You know what I mean? Like in the
use
creative
the word jazzed a lot.
I just think that's like, what am I supposed to say? I get really energized. Okay, yeah, energized makes sense. Came out of my mouth and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound weird.
Yeah.
I like jazz, so I'm gonna stick with jazz.
Okay.
But like in a creative environment, I get really jazzed if I'm with like other people and we're like collaborating and we're coming up with ideas. That's great. That's fun. I like that. But if I'm in, I don't know, like if it's a bunch of peers, people my age, and it's like maybe at a party or whatever, that's when I get drained because I don't like those type of people.
Yeah.
My people my age, you know, so that's kind of tough. But
yeah, no, I get that because I don't like.
I feel like you like people though. In a way,
no.
I think that you find people entertaining. It seemed like
I
you
really
did.
don't.
And also as a kid, like I just remember we would be at funerals and you would go up to just like every person and talk to them. You know.
Funerals was a bad example. But
I'm just saying, like, there's a distinct memory in my brain where we were at a funeral and you were just like a little kid going up to everybody and be like, "Hi, I'm Sam. Hi, I'm Sam.
Okay,
Hi, I'm Sam. Hi, I'm Sam. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm Sam."
I like talking to people and stuff like that, and I do enjoy, human interaction.
I love human touch.
And for the audio listeners,
For the audio listeners, Sam just touched my shoulder.
Like I've said, really, just when I enjoy the people that I'm around, I like to get to know them. I like to, get invested in what they're doing, stuff like that. I like to, just learn about them, stuff like that. When I don't like the person, learning about them just makes me more mad.
Okay,
like, Nope.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Nope.
Right, I know. Isn't it weird? Those people that just fucking, they piss you off. And you just, and you just want to strangle them.
And then the people in between, I feel
that's
like
most people for me, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes me think I like people as a whole, really. I think that I enjoy watching individuals. Oh, no, I like watching, like, groups of people. I like the group setting interests me probably more than, like, but then you get down to like individuals and stuff. Like it takes me a while to actually like someone.
Yeah.
I'm more standoffish at first, but as soon as I get to know a person, I usually will like them.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like it takes a lot for a person to be way different from me for me to not like them.
Yeah.
Or not even to be different from me. I don't mind different from me, but even just to be shitty. You know what I mean?
And I feel like a lot of the people like that are, just kind of in between to where I don't really hate them, but I'm not like, oh, yeah, that's one of my best friends or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it seems that I'm an extrovert because I kind of always am like, try to keep it.
Right, because you're goofy and you're fun.
I try
like,
to
that's,
be the
people will
entertainer
think that same
good
thing
amount of
about
time
me.
and
Like,
stuff like
I've
that,
had that.
so.
We were both just way talking over each other. But I've had that in environments where I've been just sort of the center of attention and just trying to be funny and goofy, like when I've like really been trying to get attention or whatever, not afraid to admit. And strangers will be like, or we'll talk about friends in the city, being new to the city. I was like, yeah, I honestly, I don't have like any friends here in town. She's like, I'm talking about a specific scenario. And this girl was like, what? Like that legitimately surprises me. And I was just like, it's people who take a lot of work to be friends with,
Yeah.
But that comes down to me.
That's That's why when I moved to Texas, I didn't have any friends.
All by myself.
That should really be like our theme song for the show.
Yeah, we're pretty lonely.
Yeah, we've sang that on our show.
I don't
so
think
many
we can
times
afford that song. I feel like people are banging around.
Oh my god, they're so loud. They're the noisiest neighbors. They're the worst.
That's surprising that we're not.
I know.
Or that you're not. I don't know with you. All right, let's move on to philosophy.
The Philosophy Zone.
All right, let's enter into
the Philosophy Zone.
We still have to come up with a better name. Are you going to say your thing?
Philosophy.
There you go.
I forgot what it was for a second.
All right, so the question of the week is, Sam, it says it in there on the website.
Yep.
Why do we dream?
Well,
what do tigers dream of when they sleep? Now, I know this sounds almost more like a scientific question.
Yeah.
Which it is. It's more of like a theory, but it's on the philosophy website that we're going off of. So, so what is, when your initial thoughts, why do you think we sleep? Sleep. Dream. Why do you think we dream?
I think that it's just our mind, it can't really fully shut off or else we'll just die. So it's just kind of this thing that is happening to where when we don't know what else to do, when we're, just kind of in sleep mode.
Yeah.
Sleep. To where there'll just be, a continuous, like what if this happened?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Running through scenarios.
Yeah, just running through scenarios and just stuff like that.
You've now listed a couple of different theories as to why we sleep or why we dream. God damn it. Why can't I get this right?
Why do we sleep?
So you think that sort of it's a way of our brains to just keep going when it's low input?
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, I did do some research this week.
Almost like how when you when you just let your computer screen go to black, like it's just your screensaver.
Wow. It's almost like you watched the video that I watched.
I didn't.
Wow.
But yeah,
no, I know.
It's almost
what I'm saying. You're using almost exact wording. Here, let me read off. That one is called the. Let me see.
But yeah, it's just like the screensaver is what I'm saying.
With the continual activation theory, suggests that our brains learn to sort of package thoughts and feelings while we sleep with long-term memory during times of low external input. In other words, dreams may be a random screensaver your brain generates so that your brain doesn't shut down.
Huh.
Yeah, so you almost... So... Right, like that idea sort of suggests that we get so much into our brains that, it's sort of... like you said, like this said, a screensaver over. And what I think is interesting about dreams is there is no conclusive decision as to why we dream. Like we've been studying dreams ever since we've had them, and then like, wait, you have these things. Like, what was the first conversation like of someone that realized they have dreams?
Or like, did they realize that dreams are not real?
Oh yeah, that must have been okay, and this comes down to all like. Do animals dream? Some animals, dogs clearly dream. Like you see,
you see their eyelids like
twitch or whatever, and seen videos of like a dog like starting to run, and then it gets up and it runs into the wall, which is like one of my favorite videos.
Yeah, those are great.
So like there's
videos.
Most are pretty good.
Yeah.
And so that is one theory as to why we dream. Another one from Freud. Wait, what? From Sigmund Freud.
Oh.
You know who that is?
Nope.
Famous psychotherapist. He's either a psychotherapist or a psychologist. We dream to fulfill our wishes is another theory that Freud suggested. What we remember in our dreams is a symbolic representation of our unconscious way of resolving our issues.
Okay, what about...
So that type of idea of like, interpreting dreams. Like, oh, what does this mean? Do you think that our dreams, they could say something about us? Like if we could play them back, like a therapist would be able to point certain things out and be like, this is this is that? Or do you think a lot of it is gibberish?
I think there is a good amount. I don't think every single one means something.
Okay.
I do think that some can spawn from like anxiety and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
You're worried about a certain thing happening, so your mind is just like, that's all it can think about. Like the other night before my first shift, I was worried that I was like super late for work. And I'm like, I've never worked. Like this is a new thing that has happened. So it's like, that's why I think some of them just spawn from different feelings that we have when we're awake, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just like what I said.
Right. Wow, I just went that. Right. Yeah, so that actually suggests another sort of a theory.
Man, I'm just genius.
The theory, the primitive instinct rehearsal theory. We dream to rehearse playing through possible scenarios. Like our brain will then take any sort of, fear, anxiety, and kind of throw those into different scenarios and see how our brains can sort of learn to cope and react.
And that's why I think we have deja vu, you know?
Okay.
Is because our mind is playing so many different scenarios that eventually one is similar enough to our, daily life to where we're like, oh, this happened before, but really it was just a dream.
Yeah.
Either that or it's just our long-term memory part of our brain just sparking up to where it makes us think that we've seen this before, but rather it's just like we're just now seeing this.
Yeah. And there's, a lot of it is, stored in our subconscious as well because we forget on average 95% of our dreams. As soon as you hit that REM cycle, the rapid eye movement cycle, that's when your dreams start to kick off.
Yeah.
Because your brain is like actually thinking it's going on. And so I like the idea of the primitive instinct rehearsal theory that your brain is like, trying to train you, even though a lot of those scenarios are just absolutely ridiculous. You're like, I'm never going to be in a room with Glenn Beck and Abraham Lincoln over a chess game and having to resolve their issues. Like, that's just not
You wait till Tuesday.
Yeah. What do you have planned? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so I think I like that theory. It makes me think of The Matrix when they would plug something into the back of their head. You haven't seen The Matrix. When you play... when they plug something in the back of their head and he's like, and he wakes up and he's like, I know Kung Fu. Like, I would love if that was like the actual truth. For a long time, Logan, our sister's boyfriend, who was my friend first, I think it was either him or Matt, which is another friend of ours, would constantly talk about how I think they were trying to develop a way of creating lucid dreaming and a way to like train in your brain,
Could you imagine if they did figure that out?
Oh, it'd be so great.
It would be so
I'd love
crazy.
that so
like,
much.
If they were the ones who what if they won like a Nobel Prize, Like how
that would be
crazy
like
would
you
that
could just
be?
hook up to a
They'd
machine.
show up stoned.
Just like the Inception machine. You're basically just creating the Inception machine.
Yeah.
And like,
really though.
But yeah, that'd be great if we could just. I've had a lucid dream before. I think I've told you about it. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell the story now.
Okay.
So my one lucid dream that I remember. Would you remember all lucid dreams that you have if you're able to control it? I feel like you'd be able to remember every single one. But anyways,
No, I don't think so.
because I think you have to be aware.
Yeah. Here's a thing though.
Let me tell this story first.
Okay.
It was a crazy dream. You had had to go to the hospital and we had to remove your arms, your legs or something. And I remember just getting home and I was like, this is just the most fucking bizarre day ever. What the hell is going on? And I went, oh, it's a dream. I love that the remembrance of just going oh, this has to be a dream. And then I turn and I look at you guys and it's still one of the scariest thoughts and you're just all looking at me deadpan face. Just
lucid dreams can turn scary.
You guys were just staring at me and my heart started racing and I had to just tell myself, I was like, okay, calm down. It was freaky. It was freaky as shit because your brain is it's so scary. Your brain's you're not supposed to know.
Yeah, it's literally
error,
right?
Error.
It literally, it can get freaky to where, I had a lucid dream one time.
Let me finish my story.
Oh, I didn't realize you were done.
No. I didn't even get to the best part. Oh. And so I was like, okay, lucid dream, I have to do something crazy here. What am I going to do? All right. everybody's got zebra legs. And so I just gave you zebra legs. All right, and time to fly. And I flew out of the door. But what pisses me off is that somehow my brain tricked me and I flew out the door and I go up and I land at a different part and I go into another dream where I'm not lucid. Like, it just was like flying and hello, Neil deGrasse Tyson. How are you?
Yeah. I had a lucid dream once. Yeah, it really was not. It was probably like half a second that it was actually lucid. But
Okay.
it was just like I was in the car with Mom, and then I realized that it wasn't Mom, but she was supposed to be. You know how that happens to where it's like, it's supposed to be a certain person, but it's like played by another actor or whatever.
Yeah, like most dates I go on, right?
Yeah.
It's catfishing.
Got it. Anyways, but then I realized I turned. I'm like, that's not Mom. So then I just turned and I'm like, is this is a dream? Mm-hmm. So then to test
she turns around.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
To test it, I don't know. I was just like, does that mean that I can control, like, that I can make this, like, not reality?
She turns around. No. And you wake up. Ah, fuck.
Yeah. So then I just went, like, I don't know. I did some weird, like, twist thing with my head to where it, like, turned all, like, putty and stuff. And then it just went back. And I'm like, that is a dream.
Yeah.
And then I forget what happened next. It was kind of weird. It was, like, we just drove around and stuff.
Wow, you have no imagination.
Well, it was a long time ago. I actually really forget. But
yeah, that's yeah, dreams are effing weird. You know, one of the weirdest dreams you've ever had? I told you to think about one.
Yeah, but really quick.
Okay.
Why do you think we have those dreams of falling?
I was just thinking that.
We've never experienced that before.
I mean, you could throw it into the primitive instinct, whatever. I forgot it. Primitive instinct rehearsal theory. Mm-hmm. Into like your brain sort of training you for that sensation. But I weirdly really like those dreams because they're so jarring and they're so surprising.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I like that. I don't know why I like that feeling because it's so trippy. Because I'm like, my brain was just telling me I was falling, but I've been laying here, for like 5 hours.
Yeah, I know. I've only gotten them in car trips.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that is really weird.
I've never gotten them anywhere else besides in class.
Oh yeah,
I've gotten them in class. It's the funniest thing because
You've fallen asleep in class?
Lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I just think I've only seen that happen in a couple of scenarios of people falling asleep in class. Like I don't know. It feels more rare.
It's never for that long, but yeah.
That makes sense. I could never fall asleep in class.
I've done it a lot. And yeah, there have been a few times when I'll just, be laying down and then I'll just like... There's only been a few...
cocaine?
Yeah. But there's only been a few times that someone by me has just saw me flinch. They're like, you good?
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the falling dream is always so weird, and it's always a split thing too. Yeah. You're never like... Mine's actually like falling crazy and then hit the ground. Like that's not. They do that in movies, but it's never that. It's usually like why. You step off a curb and you just like and you like wake up.
Okay, why? Like, what does yours look like when you're falling?
It's like that. It's usually just like a step off a curb. It's usually just like a.
Mine's so weird. It's just this hole, right? And I like step off, and then it's this like. It's just a bunch of fridge doors. It's so weird.
Every time?
It's just, they're not necessarily fridge doors, but yeah, it's just this circle of just doors around me, and I'm falling, and then I wake up. It's so weird.
You're not bullshitting.
I'm not bullshitting. Every single time, it's like people have described it to where they're like falling out of a plane or something like that.
Yeah,
Mine, every single time.
Oh, mine's so mundane. I just step off a curb.
Mine, every single time, I'm just like, surrounded by doors and I'm just falling. It's batshit crazy.
That is crazy.
It's weird.
What is going on with your brain?
I don't know. I haven't had one for a long time, but
yeah, I had this recurring dream as a kid. I think recurring dreams are interesting. Mm-hmm. I used to have this recurring dream of this place. I think it was because I was really obsessed with like big cats, like like lions and tigers and shit. That it was like this big empty field with just like lions and tigers everywhere. And then I would have the dream every now and then, and something would kind of be added on, like there'd be a new big cat, or like then there'd be like a better fence in front of them, and then there'd be like a little exhibit that you go in, you can learn about each little cat, and I was like, wow, this is beast. Like I think cool. It's because lions and tigers are just like great, and they're just cool.
And tigers and bears are mine.
All that shit was cool.
Yeah.
But
I had a recurring dream.
Did you have?
And it's my weirdest dream.
Okay, great. Go for it.
It was also my scariest dream for a little while until I added the last part on.
Okay.
So I was on. It wasn't
drugs?
me. No, but it was like kind of. It's okay. Anyways,
okay, go on.
So I'm on. I hate this part of the podcast because we're just describing dreams.
It's all right.
But it's fine.
They just try to summarize it the best you can.
So we're on this like scaffolding thing, but it's like for the military or something like that.
Okay, those are the details you don't need to be in there.
Okay, but anyways.
Basically, your brain. Side note: your brain is saying like, "This is for the military."
Yeah, but
like,
no.
It doesn't.
Main
make
thing
sense.
is more of like, we're just doesn't really matter. I'm standing in a group of people, and there's this main sergeant,
Okay.
and then I leave to go get coffee. I come back, and I'm like, I vividly remember just saying like,
I don't drink coffee.
No, but I vividly remember just saying, it smells like dead toenails and fish. And all of the other people that I'm standing around just laying on the floor dead,
Jesus.
And then they all stand up, right? And then they all have that hat from Meet the Robinsons,
Like the fruit one?
No, the bowler hat to where it has the red light.
Oh.
And then they all start coming at me.
You must have had this dream as a child, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, they club me in the head, and then they're carrying me. This is where it stopped being scary, is when it added this part on, and I had this dream a few times, to where, as they're carrying me, a little, like, few thought bubbles,
Okay.
pop up above my head, and it's like, and it shows a picture of one of the, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody twins, and it's like, there's just this narrator voice, is this Zach or Cody? And then I wake up, and I'm like, what?
You're like easily the most stressful part of the dream.
Yeah. I remember at that time, like, after I woke up, I'm like, that was Cody.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good weird dream.
Yeah.
I feel like you've never told me about that.
I've told you a few times.
And that's a recurring dream?
I haven't had it for a long time, but I had it a good, 5 times.
Wow.
When I was younger.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, those sound like all the elements of, like you have Meet the Robinsons, you have, Army Soldiers, you had Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dead
really...
toenails.
Dead toenails.
And fish.
And fish. All things childhoods are made out of.
Yeah.
Mine is not... Doesn't feel as interesting now, but maybe it's just because I'm so used to it, but it's not recurring, but I was probably 6 years old. Austin was probably about, he's 4 years older than me, so he's about 10 or something, you know what I mean? And so as a kid, I was really afraid of mannequins in stores, especially the ones that didn't have any arms or legs, they were just for the shirt, but they would have a head, but no legs, no arms, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? That's a disturbing thought as a kid, because you see the shape of a part of a human, and you're sort of just like, what did they do to it?
Yeah.
That was disturbing. So I had a dream that we were in a van with Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
And not Explorer, but Explorer. Dora the Explorer, Austin's driving, but he's only 10, and we're just driving away from these things that are just hopping and chasing us.
Yep.
Down our old street where our cousins moved into.
Got it.
That was probably that's one of the most vivid ones that I can remember. I've also had prophetic dreams that have been so clearly symbolic and came true. But I don't know if we have time to get into that. We'll maybe get into that some other time.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think that let me see, Sigmund Freud, Austrian. Yeah, he was a neurologist. That's what I thought. Bringing it back around to that point.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we answered that question to the best of our abilities. Would you agree?
Yes, I would.
Awesome.
I think that was great.
I think so. I think the research helps.
Yeah.
Great.
Next question.
Next question.
Next question.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Okay. First off, I thought about this one beforehand.
Because I asked you
Yes.
to.
Well, I didn't think about the other ones. I forgot.
Surprising. You focused on the question about food.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. If it, affected my health, or if it didn't affect my health, pizza.
Okay.
Because, first of all, if it's just, the thing, then pizza's so versatile, You can have it cold. You can have it warm.
Pizza's not nearly as versatile as what I'm thinking of.
Okay. And then...
It also comes down to a semantics things, but keep going.
But then if it does affect my, nutrients and stuff like that, just some type of bar that can just fill me up, that just...
That sounds like hell.
Yeah, but I'm like, if I just didn't have to worry about eating, to where if I could not eat anything else besides just these bars that just gave me the perfect amount of nutrients and just were
Well, you have
super
to come
healthy.
up with something specific. You can't just say the ultimate bar is my food of choice.
And it tastes good.
That's
Just kidding. It wouldn't even if it just had no taste and I was just
that sounds even worse.
I don't care if it had
taste.
I don't care if it had no taste or anything
Okay,
like that.
so pizza if it didn't affect your health, and then the ultimate bar with the best flavor ever that would never get old if it did affect your health.
You're saying, one meal for the rest of our lives.
Okay,
it's gonna get old.
Here's my
way.
question: if I just said sandwich,
see, that's what I was gonna say with pizza. It's
sandwich. I'm just gonna say sandwich because you can have so many different types of sandwiches.
That's fine. Then just okay. I pick food.
No.
Yeah.
Because you have to at least pick a category. Sandwiches, you have all sorts of diversity. But if I had to be specific, it would probably be the Pineapple Express from the Austin Daily Press. Okay. That's a good sandwich.
That is
probably
one
of my
good
favorites.
sandwich.
But no, they don't sell it anymore.
What?
Yes, that's why I had to get the other ones.
That was weird. It had plantains on it.
I liked it. Probably I would do the next time without the plantains. This is so specific to our lives and our experience.
Absolutely.
But I would probably say a sandwich.
Yeah.
Of some sort. Because I just think that there's...
I think it's
I like
more
burgers.
saying one thing. Okay, it's
fine. I would say
a specific sandwich.
Or what about a specific type of sandwich with a little bit of variation to it?
Sure.
Because I would say what about a burger?
Yeah.
First off, is a burger a sandwich? Or is it its own thing? What is
a sandwich.
It's a sandwich, right? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Might as well say yeah.
Might as well.
It's
whenever we get into these what declares a what, we never come to an agreement.
No.
I mean, we come to agreements that anything can be a sandwich,
No. I think sandwich has to have rules. Other things, sports, nope.
Art, nope.
Sandwich, yes.
Has to have rules. What is
bun on each side, okay?
Bun or bread?
Bread, yeah, something like that.
Bread is the...
Well, no.
Because a lettuce bun, not a sandwich.
But a wrap.
A wrap is not a sandwich.
No, I'm saying...
That's a 360...
Yeah.
That is a 360 coverage of usually tortilla.
Yeah. So I'm going to say...
Which is not bread.
Yeah. I'm going to say... It has to have... Because you could go so basic...
Yeah, I mean, you could have bread, cheese, bread. I mean...
That's a grilled cheese. You're right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's a sandwich, and it's a popular sandwich.
It is. So, yeah, it just has to be...
All right, so I think Okay, so for me, it would be sandwich if it's a broad thing. If we're getting really specific, it would be burgers or that Pineapple Express sandwich.
Okay.
I think pizza would get old. You want to know how I know pizza would get old?
Just because you
I worked at a pizza place. So I can tell you right now, Sam, pizza gets old. All right.
Cereal.
No.
I love cereal.
You would wreck your colon. There's just no nutrients with that.
I thought we weren't saying...
We're moving on. We're moving on.
That's fine.
Sam, if you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? Yeah, I don't need a specific exact year, but general time.
Because I don't actually know, you know?
Like
the type of...
And we're going to say for a week. You're going to go there for a week.
Okay, I'd definitely rather go to the future, just saying.
Yeah, you can't.
I know. So I would say...
What if you did go to the future and it sucks? You're like, I want to go 20 years. You're like, a time that you're probably going to be there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, no. Like, that would... I mean, at least you'd be aware.
Yeah.
That would suck, though. You're just like, everything's been nuked. And people are living underground.
If I could live for a
week,
would be like,
I'd still pick... Yes!
I was right!
Finally.
I'd still pick the future. But no, I'd rather pick, like, far into the future.
Yeah.
500 years.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Mm-hmm. But no, let's say past.
Okay, past. Can I pick, like, beginning of time? Wait, yeah. First of all.
But you would have to know when that is.
Oh. First of all.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to shut your answer down.
Would we end up changing, like, history?
No.
And stuff? Okay.
Yeah. I ain't fucking with that shit.
Then I would... Would I have to, like, survive? Or would I, like...
No. You're fine for the weeks. Like, you're going there for strictly entertainment purposes.
Okay. Then I would pick, like... Man, I'm just trying to think, like, a good, probably not even that far back, like 70s, 80s.
When you're not confident with something, your audio dips.
80s?
70s?
Just kidding.
Yeah, I would probably do like 80s or something. I think it would just...
No, I'd just go back a few years.
Different enough.
I would just see myself as a kid.
Okay.
I'd only go back a few years.
I don't think that's that interesting. Oh, okay, well, fine. Yeah, I just don't think that's that interesting. But I would want to go back to a time that was sort of like almost mythical. Like I would almost want to go back to like the Old West times. And let's say you can jump, you can also teleport, so you can just see it a lot within the week. You know what I mean? Like you're not having to take a fucking horse and buggy everywhere if you're going Old West. I'd want to go like Old West times because I want to see sort of how accurate that is via Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that's probably what interests me the most. Because even you look at Back to the Future Part 2, and they poke fun at, because he shows up in what he thinks is proper cowboy gear, and then they all make fun of him for it. Yeah. But then you look at that world, you're like, that's probably not accurate either, Yeah,
it's true.
The way they all talked and did all that shit. So I think I would want to check that stuff out. And also you could just do, like, nothing was illegal, basically. Like, sure, they had outlaws, but if I could go back and not affect anything, like, I would kill people. You know what I mean? Just because it's like a video game. Yeah. You know what I mean? If it really had no effect to like it.
And if you could just teleport, then sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it would just be sort of like, I think that would be the most fun time to live in.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, just because I'm like...
It's like Westworld. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically just living in Westworld for a week.
But I'd rather, like... I don't know. That doesn't have really any significance to me,
That's fine. Like, that's just not your preference.
Yeah, I'd rather just
We're
go back...
different people.
I'd rather go back... 2008.
Okay. I think that's going to change when you get older.
And then see
because you
how many
16-year-old self
of the Black Eyed Peas I could kill.
I'm going back to 2008 and I'm stopping every one of those damn songs.
Yeah.
I got a feeling this is going to be a success.
Except it won't matter by the end of the week.
True.
So, I'd
so the
go
mission
back,
is null.
I'd go back to 2008 and just... I'd first spend a little time with myself just to see, and then, I'd kill the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just want to go back Old West times, it just seems like you could have fun.
Yeah.
Or even, I'm not going to say like you're God, because I was going to be like, maybe I go to another part of the world, but I don't know how to speak that language, and I don't want to be like, but I can speak the language, you know what I mean? Like, all that jazz. At that point, you're just, there's no rules, and you can do whatever you want. So, anyways... I think we answered that to the best of our abilities. Should we wrap up, Sammy?
Yeah, we should.
All right. So, if you want to follow... Okay. Nope. I always do this inverse. Oh, Sammy. Question of the week. Do you want me to do the outro stuff as you think of...
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, hey everybody, how's it doing? How you feeling? That was me stalling.
What was that?
I don't know. It was almost like that was like intro stuff.